Early on already I discovered the ancient technique of asking questions and seeking answers for my world building process. It's the most effective way to devise solutions for the challenges I encounter while building fictional worlds. As a result, my videos often center around thought-provoking questions that I address throughout the duration of each video. Furthermore, I will share 4 more tips for better and more cohesive world building that extend beyond any specific theme or topic. These 4 tips are: be cohesive, don't start with geography but with society and people. Work on the right places, and do be a little devious. Steal. But let's delve a bit deeper into the questions, as they are your most important tool as a world builder, in my opinion. Asking yourself questions about the topic you're working on automatically makes your brain work and look for an answer. Think of it as an Q&A between yourself and yourself, which in turn will only be read by yourself. From your answers, your setting can be stitched together. Additionally, don't shy away from talking about your setting. Get on Discord servers, go on Reddit, or shocking, but this is also possible, talk with people IRL. Questions they might have about your setting, their ideas and possible input might help you expanding on your setting even more. Of course, you need to find people who are interested in such discussions. If people do not care about your setting, this endeavor will be as futile as any. An approach that I have yet to fully explore, but could prove immensely beneficial, is seeking assistance from chat programs like ChatGPT when formulating questions. While it may require some training of the program on your specific world, it has the potential to offer fresh perspectives and angles that you may not have considered on your own. Naturally, the same principle applies when consulting with fellow humans as well. Now that you've witnessed the powerful and straightforward strategy of utilizing questions as the primary tool in your world building process, let's explore the remaining 4 tips. First and foremost, consistency is paramount in crafting believable worlds. In a setting where rules are constantly broken without rhyme or reason, a sense of dissatisfaction and frustration will inevitably arise among those who interact with your world, whether they be readers, players, or anyone else. Worse yet, they may feel deceived. Therefore, when you establish a certain rule, it is essential to maintain that consistency throughout. A magical spell that operates in a specific manner should not be altered arbitrarily. If changes are made, there must be a clear explanation of why and how they occur. While you can construct incredibly imaginative worlds where many of the rules we know from our own world are disregarded, it is crucial to ensure that your own rules remain consistent over time. But how can you maintain such consistency? The answer is obvious. It lies in posing questions and consistently answering them with similar or identical responses. Begin by establishing the core idea or concept behind your world. It could be a unique magic system, post-apocalyptic society, or a weird and complex political system. But let's say you have a new concept for your world, one that could potentially reshape certain aspects of your society or even the entire social order. That's no issue. The key lies in integrating this concept seamlessly into your existing framework. Simply ask yourself questions about how your society would adapt to this change and how your society may differ from its previous state. But I wouldn't really do very drastic changes to an already running campaign, at least not the part of the setting the campaign runs in. But of course, you can always add more depth to your world, but changing established elements is bad. Not that this matters for anyone who world builds for fun. And before we get to the next topic, think about leaving a like and subscribe as a comment on further tips you might have for fresh world builders. The next one on the list is a controversial one. Don't start with your setting's geography. Many world builders start with the setting's geography, plan the tectonics on their entire world, mathematically calculate a river flow and carefully set out different kind of minerals and metals into their earth. I mean, if you're world building for your own sake, do it. Not that your world would really interest me if there aren't any cultures or societies, no people that live in that world. But if you're planning a TTRPG campaign and need a setting, or a setting for a book, you need to establish a culture and society first, before delving into geography. But Worldbuilding Sage, how can I think of a culture if you don't know about the material conditions? You, hypothetical person that I use as an image of an ontological evil, that is geography first, world builders. This is the best part about it. You're making the world. So start thinking about the geography that accommodates the culture you thought about instead of the other way around. It's just that simple. If you're creating a nomadic iceborne culture of pointy-eared people you don't want to call elves, but are basically elves, create their environment after their lifestyle. If they consume fish, make the seas surrounding their eyes full of certain types of fatty fishes. If they keep animals, think of the ways they keep their animals fed. In my opinion, you'll only hamper yourself and your creativity when thinking about the geography first, before thinking about a culture that could live in an established geography. Because the rules on how they should live are already established. Working on the right places is a quick and easy one. Don't feel yourself too constricted to work on one thing and the one thing only. But don't work on too many things at once and lose any sense of cohesion or workflow. World building should make fun, and if ideas run, work on whatever place you want. I've often got the struggle that I actually should work on my main campaign setting part of my world, or worse, working on the actual mechanical parts of the campaign instead of something far off. But then I still drift off because I had a great idea how I can work on that one city that is basically fantasy Singapore but run by pirates with the blessing of the sea spirits that protect their harbor from the forces of the sea and a handful of neighboring kingdoms. See? I'm already drifting away. I just can't escape it. A proper balance in these cases is key. Do what's fun, but also think of a way to keep you focused on the world building topics you need the most at hand. Of course, you can always ask yourself a few questions or talk with a friend if you are having a writing blockade on the more important parts of your setting. Otherwise, it's just good to take a break or inspire yourself by other means. And my last tip is, stealing is good and correct. Don't try to be overly original, as nothing is original, not even Tolkien. Take what you want and make it yours. Many people, including me admittingly, don't enjoy dwarves, elves, orcs and other typical Tolkien-esque races in their fantasy that much anymore. But who cares about me? I'm not sitting on your table. I might not read your book. I mean, if you're planning on writing a book, I might read it, so send me a copy. Wink, wink. But it doesn't matter how much you steal as long as you have fun with your world. Of course, just copying stuff one-to-one is boring, but that's not what I'm trying to say. Let's take elves for an example. Make them yours. There are countless types of elves out there already. Add another one on top. I even made a video on tips to make Tolkien-esque elves more interesting for your own world. Watch it. But in general, take from pop culture, literature, real-world culture, history, geography, mythology. Mix it together in a way that is cohesive and interesting, and you've got yourself a world that is interesting for you, and probably some more people besides you at the very least. For books, just work a bit harder when you stole a concept to make it yours though. So that's it for this week's video, world builders. I hope you liked it and agree with my tips and tricks on world building. If you do so, subscribe and leave a comment on your opinion and leave a like, of course. See ya!